The recent Texas primary school massacre in the United States has again put gun ownership in that country under the spotlight. Now, while we've not had similar incidents at schools in South Africa, the country does have an alarmingly high rate of gun violence. According to the 2019-2020 SA Police Service statistics, firearms are the most commonly used item to murder weapon that is, in this country. For more on this, we can speak to criminologist Mark Schrikker. Mark, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being on the program. So how would you characterize the relationship that South Africans have with guns?
Look, at the end of the day, guns don't kill people, but people kill people. And the saddest part is that it's not the gun laws, but it's the unlicensed firearms that's on the road, that's on the street. That is what's causing the problems. And
how effective have the likes of the firearms amnesty, where you're allowed to bring it back without having to face criminal sanction, how effective has that been in terms of ridding our streets of illegal firearms specifically?
Look, first of all, and to be honest, first of all, we need to get rid of rotten apples in SAPs, because what's the use you hand in the firearm and firearms end up again on the street?
And why is that? Why is that gap where you've got a period where people are told, if you no longer want to have a firearm, you can bring it back, the police will dispose of it safely. But as you're suggesting now, we've heard stories in the past where even those guns sometimes end up in the wrong hands.
And the saddest part of the whole story is that you can offer how much amnesty, and people want to live in a peaceful community, they want to live in a safe community. But at the end of the day, we will not have a safe community unless SAPs really start doing their work.
So would you say then that in South Africa, guns are a greater source of security or a greater source of danger? Because when people do get a firearm, many say they're getting it, if they're getting it legally at least, to protect themselves. But is that working out?
Look, at the end of the day, you must look at it this way. If you're owner of a firearm, in order for you to fire a shot, you need to prove that your life was in danger. So what's the use you have that firearm? Otherwise, you're going to stand trial for murder or attempted murder.
And one of the other things that is being done at a legislation level, currently there's a proposal on the table to get rid of the self-defense reason for owning a firearm. There are about 200,000 South Africans who had, in response to that proposal, rejected it late last year. What would that mean for the country going forward?
Look, at the end of the day, people live in fear of their lives. And in order they want to carry a firearm just to protect themselves and protect their families. But now it's become so worse that we can't even protect ourselves, because the agency that's there to protect us, or the government department that's there to protect us, does not protect us but put our lives more in danger.
How does the SAPS begin to protect all South Africans when you consider that it's got both a staffing shortage but also a shortage of the sort of skill that we need to respond in the best way possible to the types of crime that we're seeing in society?
Look, with the types of crime, and to be honest with you, 2 days ago, one of the community leaders' husband in Kavda got assaulted by gangsters. This morning, I got a call that the detective called her to tell her that if he doesn't have a witness, they're gonna drop the case. They're gonna leave the case.
And do you think that'll drive more people then to arm themselves if they feel that when they do report to police, issues don't even get past the investigation stage, let alone prosecution?
And that's the problem we are sitting with, and what the government and SAPs and all law enforcement should realize, that the community might seem quiet, but the community is mobilizing itself.
Mark Schrikker, criminologist, good to have your time. Thank you very much.